connection with Marcella Palmer as she works the scene. You could hear in the background there, though, some of the chaos as you would imagine would be going on in that area. Heavy area for commuters, heavy area for commerce.
And not to mention the thousands of people who work at the World Trade Center. I'm sure it's sheer chaos there. We're unsure how many passengers were on that plane, how many people are affected at the building. As you said, Michael, debris was seen falling to the street below, which makes sense considering that a possible 737 jet may have crashed into World Trade Center Tower number 1. This just happened, folks. You're looking live at our cameras at the billowing black smoke from multiple floors. We understand, I'm sure, rescue crews, the mayor, everybody's on their way down there to find out more details on this. And we're placing as many calls as we can to find out more details. And of course, we're going to stay on the story and bring you the details as soon as we get them.
Taking a look right now, if we could, just from the Associated Press, they're coming across with bulletins now confirming that it was a plane that has crashed into the World Trade Center. Again, this is according to the Associated Press as we gather our own people down there at the scene, taking a look at what's going on in front of you. You're seeing it, folks, for the very first time, as are we. A reminder that what we're able to see from our fixed-mounted cameras at points all across the city are just what you're seeing right there, that apparently, from the reports, again, by the Associated Press and from what you're seeing, that a plane, possibly a 737 jet, hit Tower 1 of the World Trade Center in the financial district. Reports that debris falling to the ground. And that's where we are with the story right now as we continue to effort some more information for you. We have Marcella Palmer working the scene. You heard just a moment ago, and we were unable to establish clear connection with her, but you were probably able to hear through her cell phone that there's quite a bit of commotion.
Sure, sure. And we have Chopper 2 on the way as well. Jim Smith is flying there as we speak to try to get a closer look and to see what else is going on there. You can imagine the entire buildings, all of World Trade Center is being evacuated immediately, and as well as the area around there. So traffic, as you mentioned, Michael, of course, is going to be chaotic for the rest of the day, no doubt. Again, folks, we're looking live at an unbelievable scene, an absolutely unbelievable scene, harkening back to the bombing, of course. This is not a bomb. We understand that a plane, an actual airplane, has crashed into the World Trade Center, Tower number 1, building number 1. As you look at an eerie shot there of the Empire State Building to your right and the World Trade Center to the back, with the black smoke billowing out of the top stories of the World Trade Center Tower number 1.
Quite a sizable hole, as is quite apparent there. Unable at this point to see any pieces of plane or anything that would indicate to us that it was in fact a plane. Again, we are going on reports, and clearly up at that level, it's hard to imagine it could be anything else at all. The reports of the debris falling to the ground. We have working hard right now to talk with the FAA, the Port Authority, to get any information to you as far as what plane, what type of plane, who's involved, how many people in the building. Marcella Palmer working it from the ground.
It obviously, though, Michael, is a large plane, if indeed it was. I mean, that's what we're getting confirmation on that, because you can look and see how many sides of this building were damaged, and the smoke is amazing. All looks like, apparently, at least 3 sides, if not all 4 sides of the World Trade Center building have been damaged by this collision. Unbelievable scene, folks. I'm sure they're bringing back memories of about, 1990 World Trade Center bombing. We're getting somebody. We have somebody on the phone. We're working on it, okay?
Our information center is now working on contacting somebody on the phone. We don't want to add any more confusion to the mix. However, we are under the advisement now that CNN has spoken to who they believe was a witness who has told them that it was a twin-engine plane that perhaps hit the World Trade Center. It's a witness report only. I want to emphasize that. That's the story that CNN is able to help us compile at this point. But as you can see, a very, very fresh and horrible scene as the smoke just billows from the top section of the Tower 1 of the World Trade Center.
110-story building is what Tower 1 is, and you can see it's obviously on the upper levels of Tower 1. We're trying to effort information, folks. This just happened. Again, as Michael just mentioned, CNN is quoting a witness who says that he or she saw a twin-engine plane flying right into the Trade Center. Unfortunately, we do not know at this point where that twin-engine plane or where that airplane, we're not sure if it's a twin-engine, 737, may have originated from, where it was heading, which of our 3 airports. Obviously, this is going to affect airport traffic as well, as the entire city comes to a standstill right now as we look live at an apparent plane that has crashed into the World Trade Center.
We're giving you every possible angle that we can come up with as we have fixed cameras all across the city, taking a live look We're looking at it along with you for the very first time, the heavy black smoke pouring from the top of this building. Reports now that a plane of some type has impacted the World Trade Center. Crews always on the way, working as hard as we can now to get you more information.
All right, we're jotting down notes as we get them. Do we have that person ready? Okay. We're efforting, folks. What I'm talking to my producers as well is trying to get information. As we're efforting information, we're trying to reach witnesses who may be there live at the scene and able to give us a first-hand account. Witnesses, we do understand from the Associated Press, reported hearing a huge explosion. Also more eyewitnesses saying they saw a small commuter plane crash into the building. So we're getting two accounts there, Michael, from witnesses, according to the Associated Press, who saw a small plane. So perhaps that's indeed what it was. It doesn't matter. The extensive damage has been done. I'm not sure, again, of any injuries, albeit there've got to be several, obviously, from looking at this. We're trying to get that again. Marcella Palmer on her way. Talked with her by cell phone. Unfortunately, her cell phone got disconnected. Go ahead.
We're just saying that we're now getting reports from the Associated Press that witnesses reported hearing and seeing that huge explosion, heavy smoke, as you see there billowing from the top, and several witness accounts now kind of siding with the CNN version of the story that it was a twin-engine plane. Not to say that we know for certain. We don't want to make any assumptions, especially this early on, as you take a look at it along with us as we're piecing together the information for you as it's developing. Understand right now, though, we do have somebody joining us on the phone.
Yes, so Paul Schwinger is on the phone live to tell us what he saw. Good morning, Paul.
Good morning.
Go ahead, take it away. Where were you and what did you see?
Well, I was in my apartment pretty much right under the flight path of this plane in the village. And I heard this really, really loud noise go by, and I thought it was an Air Force jet on display. So I looked right out the window, and I saw this twin-engine plane fly right over my house, and it was losing altitude. And then I saw the impact and the explosion, this huge ball of flame. And the plane looked either like a 737 or an Airbus.
737 or an Airbus. Okay,
Yeah.
and I understand you're an airplane aficionado?
Yeah.
Okay, what do we mean by that?
Well, I couldn't really tell because by the time I looked up, I mean, I saw two engines, and it was, you know, a smaller style plane. But by the time I looked up, it was already right over my house and just in front of me, so I couldn't tell the difference between the two.
All right, 737 or an Airbus, according to Paul Schwinger. Now, you heard a loud boom. You heard the boom?
Yes, I heard the boom, and I saw the ball of smoke go up. But that was the impact with the World Trade Center. I didn't hear a boom before that. I just heard very loud jet engine noise.
Okay.
Probably because it was so low.
Right, losing altitude.
And it was losing altitude at the time.
Oh, gosh.
Sky's looking very clear, too. Paul, we understand that you're something of a flight aficionado.
Yes.
So you have some experience.
Right.
What does your experience tell you may have entered into what you're looking at here with such clear skies?
Well, possibly some form of engine failure or control failure.
Do you ever see any type of air traffic in and around your area that...
Well, routinely, this is a routine pattern to come into LaGuardia, to fly south over Manhattan and then out over the bay and then up towards LaGuardia. So this is a routine pattern, but they're never supposed to be that low. And I would find it hard to believe that it was a navigation failure in these clear skies.
You know, Paul, we're hearing that to join in and to confirm what you saw, that a vice president from CNN said he reported seeing a small plane crash into Tower Number 1 as well. And ironically, that is the same tower that the World Trade Center bombing happened in so many years ago that everybody clearly remembers. How about flight rules? Do you have any idea about flight rules?
I'm not sure. I mean, it was following the proper, as far as I could see from my house, it was following the proper path to come into LaGuardia.
Okay, coming from LaGuardia, right. All right, Paul, we appreciate your call, and hang loose, though.
Hey, Paul, one quick question now before you go, Paul.
Sure.
Do you have you been over near the scene
You can't see
to see anything that's gone on the ground?
No, I can only see the smoke and the flame. Well, just basically the smoke in the air right now, right in front of me.
And we see two sides of the World Trade Center definitely affected by this crash. Black smoke continuing to billow out there.
But I hear a lot of sirens going in.
Oh,
Yeah,
sure.
I'm sure you do. And again, your estimation, what type of plane did
Either
you
an
report
Airbus A320 style or a Boeing 737.
Okay.
Where do you get your knowledge from? How much time do you have in a
Oh, it was
pilot.
another
Oh, no. Okay.
explosion.
Explosions, multiple explosions, ladies and gentlemen. We just saw another explosion. Obviously,
We're just watching it again. It's the first time. This is
the other tower, ladies and gentlemen. Another explosion at tower number 2 of the World Trade Center just happened live on our air.
the first that we had heard, the impact only affecting Tower 1, but as our producers and reporting staff in the field is telling us, and you can see now to the left of your screen, there is fire in the second
lower the
tower.
camera just a little bit. You can see right at the bottom of the TV station, TV screen, billowing smoke from a bomb or explosion. We do not know if it's a bomb. I'm speaking out of turn here. A second explosion that just happened. The first we understand was from an airplane. The second we have no idea.
No idea at all at this point what has triggered it. If we could take maybe a wider shot to give us just a different vantage point, just to try to gain a little bit of perspective. And there you can see the situation.
Unbelievable, ladies and gentlemen. We're in shock as much as you are.
It can't be put into words, and clearly you are looking at it as we are seeing it, as it's developing. We have no confirmation other than Associated Press reports and CNN, and as well as our crews now, that a plane did hit Tower 1, and moments ago you saw the explosions in Tower 2, and at this point no word on the cause there, no word on casualties. This is happening just within the last 30 minutes, the initial impact into Tower 1, so you can understand why it is information is slow to gather as emergency crews are racing to the scene.
And not that we needed the confirmation because we witnessed it live on our screen, but the Associated Press confirming that an explosion has happened at World Trade Center Tower number 2. Ladies and gentlemen, unbelievable. We don't know what this is involving, how it's happened, why it's happened. Another explosion, we're just told. We couldn't see it on our screen, however.
What looks to be, I'm not sure if I'm seeing this clearly, my producers may be able to help me, but you can see shards of glass and other debris raining down, and particularly from Tower 2. I'm told that we have another witness on the phone, Don McLennan.
No, it's John McLennan.
John, I'm sorry. Tell me what it is you saw. Did you just witness
I'm at 200 Park Avenue, the MetLife building. I look south, and I just happened, I heard the plane go over our building far lower than it should have been, and headed straight for the World Trade Center, and I thought, I couldn't figure out where it would, which airport it could be headed for with that route, and then I saw it actually heading below the top of the World Trade Center, and it just hit. And it was a 2-engine passenger jet. There was a ball of fire, and you've seen the rest.
Okay, we just are getting told that second explosion we just saw was another plane?
I actually saw a second ball of flame, and that might have been, I couldn't see something hit because there's a building blocking that part of the view.
Okay.
John, were you able to see any type of identification?
No, it was a big 2-engine jetliner, and that's all I know.
Are you able at all to see the street below in the area?
No, we're up at 42nd Street. I mean, I have a great view of the top half of the top quarter of the World Trade Center, but that's it.
Okay.
As we're looking live now at the scene, we should tell you that approximately 40,000 people work in the World Trade Centers between the two towers. Each building